16th of August, Rabbi, first Mishnah Berurah. Shalom Aleichem, Rabbi Amari.
Hey, good morning again, Lou. Yes, this is our second share in the morning here. It's Samanashi here. You're trying to resume. We're learning Mishnah Berurah, Hilchos Sukkos, the Dalad Minim, in Stimming Tafresh Memtes, and we are in. I think let's go to Sif Gimel. Sif Gimel we'll start with today. In the Machaba.
Sif Gimel, okay. V'chein yesh ir hanidachas v'shel asherah shel Yisrael puzzle. So similarly, there is a city. What is Hanidachas?
Okay, a city Hanidachas. We're talking about a city which was condemned because the city was serving idols. So the city is condemned and everything in the city has to be, people have to be killed. All the objects in the city have to be burnt. And so we're talking about if you have a lulav or any other dalad, meaning the esrog, the rabbis, or sadasim, that are coming from Ir Hanidachas, a person could not fulfill his mitzvah with the lulav or other dalad, meaning coming from an Ir Hanidachas, because it's supposed to be burnt. So it doesn't exist anymore.
So what is this Ashrei? Is Ashrei is wealthy?
No, Asherah is a tree, and Asherah is a tree which has been used as they made it into an idol.
Oh, so there was so it's a city that has been condemned because it has an Asherah that belongs to a Jew.
No, the ownership of it is not the question here. It's simply either the city. We're talking about two specific different cases. One is the city. A city has been condemned because it's the city of Avodah Zorah, and also you have a tree, which is not necessarily part of that city which has been condemned, but it's a tree which has also been designated for idol worship. So you can't get any benefit from anything which has to do with idols. So therefore, the tree and anything that comes from the tree is forbidden, and anything that comes from the city is also forbidden.
I see it. And what is this phrase, Shel Yisrael? What does that mean?
So that's referring to the tree. Either the city is a Jewish city or the tree is a Jewish tree.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it. Aval shel avodas kochavim, but if the city or the tree are non-Jewish items, lechatchila lo yitol. Ideally, don't yitol. Don't take it.
I mean, you shouldn't take it for the mitzvah. Meaning, if it happens to be a city from non-Jews or a tree from non-Jews, so lechatchila you shouldn't choose to use that as your lulav for the mitzvah.
V'im natal yatsa. But if you did take it, then you fulfill with it.
Right, correct.
You find a set of arba minim from this city, and you decide to use them, you can.
Right, like for example, so if you see a set of dalad minim manufactured in Sodom, so you shouldn't lechatchila use it, but if you did, it'd still be yotzi.
Miyom echad ha'elach. From day one and forward.
Now, from the first day, right, meaning if he took it, he's Yotzi from the first day onward, not counting the first. I believe this is meaning it not counting the first day. The first day it's puzzle, but the second and the rest of the days of the Sukkot, you would be Yotzi, because that you don't need lechem in the rest of the days of Sukkot.
Ah, okay. So it's not permitted on the first day,
Apparently, right.
even b'diavad.
I believe so. Right.
Okay. The Haggah.
Yes, please.
Delo be'inyan lachem. And this is not the matter for you.
A little bit in lechem, because you don't need lechem. Lechem means it has to be yours. There's a special condition, but daled meaning that you all have to belong to yours. And since these things are also b'hana, it's not considered yours.
Even if it's something from the city that you're using on the second day.
No, this is referring to the first day. The rest of the days apparently is okay.
But we said you can't use it on the first day.
Right. So that's what he's referring to. He says here, from after, apparently this means from the first day and onward, you'll be yotzi. There will be in lechem. On the rest of the days, you don't need lechem. It doesn't have to be yours on the rest of the days. Only the first day has to be yours.
Can you give me an example of something that has to be yours on the first day?
The lulav you are going to use for your mitzvah. You have to buy it. You have to own it. You can't borrow it from somebody.
So it has nothing to do with the condemned city or the Asherah.
Right. And even if you bought it outright, but you're not supposed to get hana. It's also for hana. It's also for benefit. So it doesn't really belong to you. It doesn't really, technically speaking, the first day it doesn't belong to you, because it's supposed to be burnt, not supposed to exist.
Well, let's say some peddler goes to the outskirts of Sodom, and he goes through all the junk and he finds things, and included in what he finds is a set of Arba Minim.
Right.
And now he comes to your city, and he puts them out on his table. You come along, and you say, "Oh, this looks like a nice set. I'll buy them." Where'd you get them from? He says, "I got them from near Sodom." So now you buy them. Can you use them?
Nope. It has to be destroyed.
You can't use them.
Cannot use them, right?
So even if it is owned by you, you can't use it.
Right. Right. Correct. That's right. It's not yours to possess.
So what does it mean when it says "Delo be'inyan lachem"? It doesn't have to be owned by you, but we're saying it. You can't use it on the first day anyway, regardless of whether it's owned by you or not.
Right, because since it's us, it doesn't belong to you. Even if technically it's the same thing as chametz on Pesach. You can't own chametz on Pesach. It's also b'hana.
Right.
So therefore, any chametz that you own, right, it doesn't really belong to you, because it's also b'hana. Anything which is forbidden to get benefit from is not considered to be yours. So here also, that even if you buy the object outright, it's something which you have to destroy. So it doesn't belong to you at all. And therefore, since on the first day it needs to be yours, only on the first day it needs to belong to you. The rest of the days of the sukkahs, it doesn't have to be belonging to you. So the first day you can't fulfill your mitzvah with the objects of Avodah Zorah. Let's see the Mishnah Berurah.
Okay, yeah, I'm confused. Let's see if he helps. Mishnah Berurah. Where are we?
Good Ches.
Mishnah Berurah Yud Ches. Shall ir ha ginasam hanidachas
Hanidachas, yeah, you're Hanidachas, right?
mishum delish refa koye, because it's required to be burnt.
Correct, right.
Dichsiv the eskol shalala tik boats the kule. As it is written, all what's shalala?
All the possessions.
All the possessions teak boats. What's teak boats?
Posts. They should all be done away with.
Done away with. So all, because as it is written, all the possessions should be done away with.
It may maybe take a look at the parsha. If you had, it should be in Sefer Devarim. Maybe we should look at the parsha to understand the Indian there. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, yeah, if you have a Sefer Devarim there, take a look at the Sefer Devarim.
I have it.
Perek Yud Gimel Pasuk. Where does it start? Yeah, Pasuk Yud Gimel. Right.
Yud Gimel. Yud Gimel. 13:13. Yud Gimel. Okay. Key. Sishma ba'achas ha'recha arecha asher Hashem Elokecha nosein lecha la sheves sham lemor. Okay, so if you hear?
Yeah, right. You hear about.
if you hear about one of your cities that Hashem your God gives to you, to dwell there, saying, continue.
Yes, sure.
Yatsu anashim banei v'liya'al mikir becha vayadechu es yoshvei iram lemor neilcha v'na'av da elokim acherim asher lo yadatem. Wow. So men of lawlessness have emerged from your midst, and they have caused the dwellers of your city, of their city, to stray, saying, let us go and worship other gods that we did not know, that we do not know. Okay. The Rashta.
Well, just read it in English just to get a general.
Okay. You shall seek out, investigate, and inquire well. And behold, it is true. The word is correct. This abomination was committed in your midst. Smite, you shall smite. Hachitache, the inhabitants of that city, with the edge of the sword. Lay it waste, and everything that is in it, and its animals with the edge of the sword. You shall gather together all its booty to the midst of its open square, and you shall burn in fire completely the city and all its booty to Hashem your God, and it shall be an eternal heap. It shall not be rebuilt. No part of the banned property may adhere to your hand, so that Hashem will turn back from his burning wrath, and he will give you mercy and be merciful to you and multiply you as he swore to your forefathers, when you hearken to the voice of Hashem your God, to observe all his commandments that I command you today, to do what is right in the eyes of Hashem your God. Is that it?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so we're commanded that we have to burn everything,
Right.
because somebody said, let's go do a Avodah Zorah.
Right.
So the abomination that was committed was that people did it.
Yes, they have to be doing it, sure.
Right. So it's not enough that somebody is agitating. It's got to be that somebody goes ahead and cooperates.
Right. So here everything in the city must be destroyed, and if for some reason somehow someone smuggled out, let's say some esrogim, some hadassim, some barovos, some lulavim, so those things actually they have to be burnt as well. So on the first day of Sukkot, when you want to use that contraband for your mitzvah, since it's supposed to be burned, it's like they don't exist, and if it doesn't exist, it's not considered yours, and it has to be yours on the first day. The rest of the days doesn't have to be specifically yours, right? So even though it's still supposed to be burnt, really it's supposed to be burnt as well, right? Even after the first day. Nevertheless, if you would use it and it wasn't burnt, you'd still fulfill your mitzvah.
See, that's what I don't get. How can you use it anyway? It has to be burned. As soon as you discover it, you have to burn it.
Right. So again,
Regardless of what day it is.
yeah, but so let's say he didn't know. Let's say he didn't know and he took it and used it. So after the fact, but he'd still be he has fulfilled his mitzvah after the fact. He definitely if he knows, then he's not supposed to use it. That's correct.
So if the merchant goes and gets it, and brings it, puts it on his table, he doesn't say anything.
Right.
He sells it to me, chas v'shalom.
Right.
And I use it on every day, the first day, second day, every day of Sukkot, I use it. So on the first day, I'm over in Avera.
You haven't fulfilled your mitzvah.
The first day, I have not fulfilled the mitzvah, and on the subsequent days, I have fulfilled the mitzvah.
Right. Correct.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. I get it.
Okay. Good.
Okay. So where are we now? We're in the Mishnah Berurah?
Yeah, Mr. Brewer.
Okay.
Let's look again in Yud Ches. We'll review that.
Yud Ches. Where is Yud Ches? Let's see. Here's Tesvav. Tes Zion. Yud Zion. Yud Ches. Yud Ches. Okay. Shel Ir Ha Nidachas. A city, a condemned city. Mishum de Lisrefa Koye, because it's required to be burned.
Correct.
De Kasiv Ve'es Kol Shelala Tik Boats V'Kule. As is written, all of the property must be done away with.
Right. That's the pasuk you just read. Right.
Right, but I don't think it said Tik Boats. I think it actually said Srefa, right?
Well, let's see. What does it say here? Tick boats. It was soft. It says boat. Tick boats.
It says both.
Tick boats. Actually, tick boats. I think tick boats from kibbutz actually should be collected. El toch rechover should be collected. All the possessions should be collected. El toch rechover with sraftes base and burnt with ash.
Okay, collected and burned.
Right.
Velulav boe shiur dalid tifachim. And the lulav requires a measure of 4. What is tifachim?
The tefach is like a fifth size of a fist.
Oh, it has to be that long.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Lula has to be a minimal. There's a minimal amount of height to the lulav, and that's 4 tefachim.
Okay, so that's about 12 inches.
Yeah.
Ke de le kame besiman that we're going to be discussing in the future, further in the cinema.
Right.
The chevan de hai lis refa koye ein shiro kayam dich saruf demei. And since that it is burned, it needs to be burned. It doesn't measure.
It's like it doesn't have a measure to it. It doesn't have a size to it. Since it's destined to be burnt, it doesn't. It's like it has no size to it.
Okay, it has no size because it's required to be burned.
Right.
V'lachein pasul afilu liyom sheni, and therefore it's forbidden even on the second day.
Right.
I thought we said the opposite.
This is confusing, right? Right. Right. It's confusing because the mitzvah says, yeah, it's confusing why he's giving a different reason here, right? But right, so that we could see.
Because it says it has to be so long, therefore, since it's supposed to be burned, we can't use it.
Right.
But I don't get that. So if you didn't say how long it would be, you could use it?
Well, if it wasn't supposed to be burnt, since it's supposed to be burnt, it's like it doesn't exist. So you can't fulfill your mitzvah with something that doesn't exist.
Right, I understand that. But what I'm saying is if it doesn't exist, it doesn't exist. What the difference does it make whether it has to be daled tfachim or not?
Well, I mean, that's just a technical way of explaining it. The real reason is it doesn't exist because it's supposed to be burnt, right? But
Right.
but if it didn't need to have a shear, technically, I mean, it's not lechem. Say them. I'm confused by because it says the mechaber says in the rest of the days you don't need lechem. So
Right. Right.
Maybe jump down. You should jump down to Chaf Gimel in the Mishnah Berurah. That'll help clarify.
Chaf Gimel.
And the rest of the days of the week, you don't need lechem. So the Mechaber said you yotzi with the rest of the days of the week.
Delo be'inyan lachem, and you don't need you don't need it to be owned by you.
Right.
Aval biyom rishon de va'inan lachem eno yotze ba afilu b'di'evid. But on the first day that you diva'inan, that you use it,
Yes, you're required of eating. You're
required to own it, and you don't fulfill with it even b'di'evid. Kol zman shelo batla ha'akum de asura bahana'a velo mikre lachem, and all the time that it's not nullified by a non-Jew.
right. So these are a big explanation. I'm not sure we have too much time now left, but there's a difference between the avodah zorah, the idol of a Jew, and the idol of a non-Jew. The idol of a non-Jew, the non-Jew can mevatel it. He can break it, disgrace it, renounce its powers that he thinks it has, and that'll reduce it to not being avodah zorah, and therefore become permissible. It won't be forbidden for now. But a Jew, his avodah zorah, the avodah zorah of a Jew, you can't be renounced and can't be disgraced or renounced. So therefore, it's always going to remain forbidden.
I see. So
Okay, we,
as long as the non-Jew does not nullify it, um, it's still usser.
right,
Oh, I see. In other words, implying that if the non-Jew nullified it, then it might be permitted.
correct. That's right.
Yeah. All right, Rabbi, thank you.
Very good. Okay, have a good day. We'll be in touch, Mr. Shem.
Okay, I'll look for an email about the
Yeah, I'll try and
travel.
clarify that.
Thank
Very
you so
good. Okay,
much.
should be well. Thank
All
you.
right, you too. Bye-bye.
All right.
So what do you got here? We got 1335.